We are coming to you live today from the center of the Expo Hall at Genesys Experience on the Orchestrator stage, where over 3,000 members of the Genesys community have gathered this week for inspiration, for education, and for celebration. My name is Greg Thomas from Genesys, and today we're joined by John Parente, Director of Contact Center Operations at Stanley Steemer, and we're going to talk about how a cloud-based platform is transforming the way in which customer experience is being delivered at Stanley Steemer, the benefits y'all have seen, and what's next. John, welcome to Level Up CX Live.
Well, thanks, Greg. I appreciate you inviting me. I appreciate being here. It's an exciting event to be part of.
Look at it. Look at all the activity, right? It's pretty exciting.
A lot going on.
There's a lot going on. So let's start with a simple question. Tell us a little about yourself and your role at Stanley Steemer, please.
Okay. Well, I'm a Director of Contact Center Operations at Stanley Steemer. Hopefully that jingle is playing in your mind right now. And I'm responsible for a team that's answering mostly inquiries from customers, hopefully about scheduling one of our services. A significant amount of our services now are scheduled online, so we also have a digital interaction experience with our customers.
I felt like this conversation was fated to happen, by the way, because I was out to dinner right before I hopped on the plane with my family, and I saw a Stanley Steemer commercial, and I'm like,
that's wonderful.
The stars are aligning.
That's great.
So let's talk a bit about the cloud and CX in the cloud specifically. There are still organizations that have yet to move to the cloud. We've done some research at Genesys, and we found that only 32% of CX professionals say that their entire CX infrastructure has been migrated to the cloud. Y'all are there, you've migrated, and when you think about what that's meant for your organization, you talked about the online scheduling as one thing. What comes to mind as to what the cloud has meant for Stanley Steemer?
Well, I would say first thing that comes to mind is peace of mind. A confidence in knowing that the platform that's supported by an organization like Genesys that has the experience and breadth and width of support for multiple organizations throughout the world, that confidence, that peace of mind in knowing that we are on a stable platform. As I mentioned, my organization is really a revenue-generating part of our organization. We're scheduling appointments for customers.
Actual business,
That's
right?
actual business. So phone calls are not something we want to get rid of. We want people calling as long as they're calling about interested in our business. And to know that is going to be seamless, that it's going to be always up, that if there is any issue, that Genesys is on top of it right away, proactively, is just critically important. There's no second chance.
Right. I think that's really an important point, right? You know, that customer may not call back. They may not, if the web crashes, they may not come back and try again.
Yeah, we have a lot of competitors out there, a lot of smaller competitors who are pretty nimble. And if you need some cleaning, right, and you can't get to us, you're going to go to someone else.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So when you think about some of the benefits that your organization has seen from being in the cloud, like what are some of those benefits? And maybe are there things that you've seen that you ascribe really solely to kind of being in the cloud? You couldn't have gotten those benefits with another platform approach.
Sure. Well, the benefits that I see, significant benefits that I see, especially with the Genesys product, is the seamless, and it's not even integration, the seamlessness of the various parts of the application, from workforce engagement management, scheduling, quality management, the table stakes call routing, that happens right away. And then the analytics, and then the reporting. So all that's just kind of the feature set, the rich feature set. We don't have to go to individual providers. I feel very confident in each one of those feature sets that we have leading edge technology. Not only leading edge technology, but technology that's constantly being improved upon, developed, new enhancements, new features. I heard the number, and I'm not surprised by it, that there are 350 new features pushed out this year. It's almost hard to keep up, which features we want to use and implement. So it's the idea that I have this rich feature set in an application, and it is not really an integration, it's just a seamless tool.
Yeah, and I think you're touching on, in some ways there, the notion of a platform, right? We used to talk about multitasking as people, right? And we know from social science research that we don't really multitask. We just go from thing to thing to thing. And there's something similar with, I have to go from this screen to this application to swivel chair. So that notion of everything being in one place, like there's a benefit to that.
There
right?
certainly is, and there's an ease of training our agents who can become very proficient in their skill set at a quicker pace than in the past. And we've migrated from premise-based solution to a hosted solution, and then to our CX cloud solution. We've done that in the 15 years that I've been at Steemer. So we've done those migrations, and this last migration to the cloud solution was the easiest of them all. So if someone's a little bit intimidated by that last migration, I would tell you it's probably the easiest one.
Right. And I do think it can be, change can be scary. As a species, we don't tend to like change. So it's encouraging to hear that you found that was the easiest kind of migration to pick up.
Yes, it was. Now, it was also great that when we were on the hosted solution, we were on the Genesys Connect platform.
Right.
So
let me ask you something that's not necessarily in our sort of script here, because you talked in our previous conversation about the notion of how you found the benefits for your agents, right, and how they've liked this platform. You also talked about things like being able to bring up that chatbot channel and that sort of digital way for your customers to engage. Like, how has that different experience that you can offer both your employees but your customer base, like how has that changed the way that you think about sort of what you do and what your team does?
Well, one thing it does is it challenges us to think of the next best thing to do for our customers, and in turn for our business. It usually is not one thing as opposed to the other. We're providing a next great experience for the customer, and it winds up being something really great for us, right? We establish a great relationship with that customer, continue it, more revenue. And one of the things, if you had asked me 4 years ago, you're going to use a voice bot, I would say, no, not for us. We're a little too conservative for that. Our customers like to talk to humans, that sort of thing. And here we are, a year and a half, using a Genesys voice bot for a couple applications in our voice interactions. And it's been extremely successful. We've been able to implement it without the need of professional services. We implemented it with Genesys tools right out of the box.
Yeah, y'all did it internally, right?
Yes, it was. It's been an excellent experience. It's the first step for us. It's kind of this crawl, walk, run approach to using AI. Yeah, it's been a great experience. We've been able to handle our customers who are calling in to cancel and reschedule. About 42% of the time, they're just talking to the bot, and the bot handles that for them.
Well, and I think that's a great example of something that seems like maybe it's not necessarily that sophisticated, but it's a real use case, and it probably happens all the time for y'all, and you want them to reschedule, not cancel, right? So the easier you can make it for your customer, the better it is.
Yeah, and it has been that way. If you call in and tell the bot that you want to cancel, the bot responds with, "Well, I can reschedule that appointment for you." Now, we let the customer cancel if they want to cancel, of course, but it acts very human-like, and it's been an excellent experience. And it's given us the confidence to know that we can move forward now with the next iteration, the next customer intent or call type or interaction type. We're confident that we can do that well.
Yeah, and that notion has come up at the conference of, find the use case, try it, see how it works, and build on those successes. And that's kind of what you're describing is, as you said, a few years ago, maybe Steemer wouldn't have thought this is going to work for us. But now you've got a success, a use case to say, hey, this worked. What's the next thing that we can, to use your words, deliver for our customers?
Right. And we're also starting to use the embedded Genesys AI products that help with forecasting accuracy, critically important for us. We're starting to use it to see if we can enhance our quality evaluations, do Obviously, you can do a lot more quality evaluations if the AI agent is doing it for
That's
you.
right. That's right.
And then beyond doing the evaluation, getting the real customer insights in a concise way that we can report back to our executive team, really getting that voice of the customer that we're all trying to get to.
That's right. That's right. It can be very abstracted, right? And so John, as we're coming to a close, like, what advice would you have for the folks watching, for the folks here at Experience, as they're on their own journeys, and maybe in particular thinking about those folks who have yet to take that next step into the cloud?
Well, I would say the first thing is to get over your anxiety. And that comes from a person who's kind of anxious about these things. I'm cautious. Our customers are precious to us. When they pick up that phone or engage with us on our website in a chat, that's an important interaction for us.
Yeah, and I think it's an important point, right? This is business critical stuff. You're building or breaking customer loyalty with the experiences you're providing.
Right, and in our organization, Stanley Steemer goes to market with 55 company-owned locations, but we also have 178 or so franchisees. Those are independent operators, and we take calls for about 85 of those. So that's a significant interaction for them. So the first thing I would say is, I know that if I got over the anxiety, I know you can, and it's proven itself out. And I would tell you that it helped us as we migrated. We started the path to go to work-at-home agents before COVID, that big challenging time. And then post-COVID, now we went from a 30% workforce work from home to an 85% workforce work from home. And the cloud environment is the place to be when you're in that type of environment.
Yeah. Well, John, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, John Parente from Stanley Steemer, for sharing your expertise, your insights with the audience here and at home. Thank you all for joining. If you'd like to learn more, please click the links that you'll see in below, and follow Genesys on LinkedIn to learn about the next Level Up CX Live and to learn what's next in customer experience. Until next time, thanks for watching Level Up CX Live.